Race 2 at the Red Bull Ring, round 14 of DTM 2025, and pole position to Thierry Vermeulen in the Ferrari. Could he get his first win in the championship? It was side by side for second between the Land-Audi of Ricardo Feller and Jack Aitken starting from third place. There was contact for Marco Wittmann through the first turn, the German driver dropping to the back of the field, having finished on the podium in race 1. So it would be up at turn 3. The pole sitter leading, Vermeulen from Feller, Aitken in third. But Auer in fourth place had contact with fellow Austrian Thomas Preining through the first corner. That resulted in a puncture and then a tyre completely devoid of the Porsche. The 2023 champion, hugely frustrated, would fail to finish in the points, and so too would Jack Aitken, because he also had a puncture from a separate unknown incident. He got back to the pits but was never able to get into the points, just the 1 point for qualifying third. The sum total of what he achieved across the course of the weekend, his hopes for the championship dashed. Meanwhile, Thierry Vermeulen was having to work very hard to keep Ricardo Feller behind him and just went a bit wide coming out of turn 9. Through then came the Swiss driver up into the lead of the race. Those two well clear of Lucas Auer in third, and Arjun Maini was going very well in the Mustang, running in fourth place. René Rast, race 1 winner, championship leader coming into this race, running in the top 6 despite carrying 20 kilograms of success ballast as a result of his race 1 victory. But things were about to take a turn for the worst for Rast in this race, featuring 2 pit stops. It would be the pit stops that undid his race. Meanwhile, Jordan Pepper was going well in the TGI Grasser Lamborghini, and in then came the top runners all together for the second mandatory pit stop. Huge pressure then on Land Motorsport, who'd had a sticky front right wheel nut in the pit stop on Saturday, which cost them big points, but it all went to plan, and Ricardo Feller got back out in the lead for the final stint of the race. Vermeulen, albeit a little bit closer, and Lucas Auer managed to leapfrog Arjun Maini, get himself back into third. In fact, the Indian driver was starting to go backwards on cold tyres on a charge in the gold and blue Mercedes was Maro Engel. He pitted a lap earlier and was carving his way through the pack ahead of Pepper, then ahead of Maini. He'd also get past Rast. Arjun Maini was getting his elbows out as well as he tried to make up places and head back up into the top 5, having had a slow pit stop which cost him a couple of seconds. But the real disaster was for René Rast, because he picked up 2 penalty laps, one for this incident, failing to turn in early enough and crossing the white line on the pit lane entry, and another penalty for this unsafe release. 2 visits to the penalty box, 10 seconds cost, and he tumbled down the order to finish back in 13th place. But a historic win for Ricardo Feller, because it was the first ever win in the DTM for his new team for the season, Land Motorsport, victorious. Huge celebrations for Wolfgang Land and the team, and for Ricardo Feller. A dream story. They weren't meant to be in the championship together. They are, and they are now race winners. A third victory in DTM and a first for 2 years for Ricardo Feller. Coming home in second place, Thierry Vermeulen, and third place and back into the championship lead by 7 points, Lucas Auer, just ahead of Jordan Pepper with 1 weekend to spare. René Rast will head to Hockenheim third in the championship and 11 points adrift. But in total, there are 9 drivers still in contention for the championship. What a season finale it promises to be at Hockenheim at the start of October in this DTM 2025 season.